Today is November the 27th, 2021. The dream I had this morning, we were like in an open area. You know, it's outside open area. There's not anything to flag me that stands out where we're at. I know we're not on the beach, but it's concrete the ground, the street concrete, maybe a large parking lots in the midst of buildings. There are buildings. There are kids everywhere, young people, possibly from the age of 18 to 22, maybe a 23-year-old, I don't know, but mainly 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like that. Everywhere. Kids everywhere. Now, they're not squashed up like some, music venue and there's no room. There's space in the midst of all the young people everywhere, and there's groups here and there, just young people everywhere, and they're talking here, there, and everywhere. So as I walk up in the midst of everyone, two mature ladies, they're going by and they have one of the young, people, one of the young persons out there with them. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Right? And I don't get an answer. The lead mature woman, looked like they could be in their 40s or whatever, gave me the look as to this does not concern you. Mind your business. Just, and these words are not spoken, right? They're not coming to me inward or anything. It's just like human as we are in our awake version as a human, we read the eyes, right? Our eyes, they speak. And that's what she told me. Mind your own business, stay out of this. But I was looking at the young girl, so I asked again, even though she did all of that, what's going on? And I heard a voice from the other side of me. It's a young person that steps up and says, she's been drinking. So I'm like, and then when I look back at her and her eyes were like, I could see she was out of it. And so, okay, they were taking her off because it was a rule, no drinking. Okay, so young people everywhere, but apparently there's a rule, no drinking. And so they go off, I'm stay out of it, just like I was told. And so I notice I'm looking around and there's people everywhere. And as I left that situation, I walk up to another situation. There's like five girls to my right, and they're doing what they do, And I'm talking to the girl, and I'm like explaining. I think it was the dream before me that I went into that dream. I was explaining, trying to talk to her and share things, just have a connection, a rapport, with the young girl. I don't even know why I'm here with all these kids. And she started off listening to me, and then she just not look at me and not listen to me, and she's all into her friends, right? And I would try to get her attention again. And she would look at me trying to be polite, right, to this old woman. And then she would just dump me again with her eyes and start listening to her friends because there are like four or five girls standing there and doing. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not getting anywhere here. And then all of a sudden, I'm on the ground with everyone else, but the view shot that I have is above me. It's up. The view shot I have, everyone's looking. And there's this young girl, I don't know, 19, something like that, maybe 20, I don't know, sitting on top of a building. Like we're all down here, and I don't know why I'm seeing it as though I'm on some high rise looking out the window, but I see her sitting on the edge of the bend on the building, and she's wobbling, and we're all looking up like everyone is looking at her. Right? She's under the influence. I don't know if it was alcohol because the other girl was alcohol. I don't know if it was drugs, but she's sitting there wobbling, and then just as what everybody felt occurred, she fell off. She wobbled and just fell off. And she was just laying on her back, and we all ran to her. Everyone moved, and we got to her. And I do remember yelling out, call 911, right? Um, and we're all running to her, and we're looking down at her, right? I see some people down at her side, some of the young people, but I'm looking down at her. And as quick as that, I see a young man, to me in his 40s is still young, come out a building, right? And then at a distance away, but just as I saw him come out a building a distance away, he's up on us. And all of a sudden, there's this white pickup. It's his old white pickup. I don't know what year because I don't know vehicles. And he's walking around the pickup and he takes a look at her, right? He's right next to me and I'm right next to the girl. He gets in his pickup. I'm thinking, great, a man's here, right? And he's going to save the day. He knows what to do. He's going to jump in there and he's going to do. No, he gets up in the pickup and he looks at her and that scene's over. So I was just so disappointed that he didn't jump in and do what he was going to do. But then I knelt down to the little girl and the people were there. And I was right up on her face, on the side of her face, and I whispered in her ear because the little girl was dying. It was, I don't know, I would have to say she was about 4 or 5 stories up. I don't know what she was doing up there, but she was dying, about 4 stories up. And she was completely on her back, and I whispered in her ear because her face was kind of, gasping, and her eyes were open. She had light, like, I don't know if it was blonde or light brown hair. She wasn't a dark hair. She wasn't red haired. And her eyes, when she was looking straight ahead, but a little movement jerked. And I whispered in her ear, "You are not alone. And when you cross over, ask for your angel. Ask for that angel light to lead you exactly where you need to go. Your angel will know you are not alone." And she nodded her head. She nodded. She understood. And I woke up this morning. And it was after 7. And it reminded me of a dream that I had in Germany. And I've shared this dream before, but I'm going to share it again. It was it was the 17th of December, 1988. I dreamed I was being sucked out my body backwards, down our hallway. Then I was in a dark tunnel. It was all lit up on my left side. It was just huge bright light on my left side. And I was afraid because I didn't want to leave my children. And I thought I was going toward heaven. And even though I believed I was going toward heaven, I was still afraid. I still have this dream with me. But still, I was afraid because my kids, they were little. I still think I didn't do the calculation, but I think they were 2 and 3. And if they weren't 2 and 3, they were 3 and 4 at this point. But then I heard something. There was a rattling, or just this. I'm just going through this tunnel. It's so fast. And the tunnel was all dark. You know how people say there's a light at the end of the tunnel? There was no bright light at no end of no tunnel. It was dark down there. It was dark as I was going, and it was dark at the end. And then I heard a rustling noise coming behind me, more to my left. So then I settled down to hear the voice, and the voice called my name. And then it called my name again. And it seemed to be all around me, that sound, when it called my name, all around me in the back of me. And as the voice spoke, I began to go backward. I'm reading from this old diary book. And then I was in the gray, and then it has that I went into other dreams. And let's see what I had written here, a scripture where I closed, but I'm not going to go there. And so this is mainly for young people. One, maybe somebody 2 or 3 may come this way and hit this video a year or whatever down the road. If you're living a life that you do not want to live, it is not exactly going the way that you want it to go. And you wind up in this position. Don't be so quick to judge yourself once you cross over, because you know the life that you're living. Call on the name of the Lord and never, ever forget that God has given you an angel. And that angel has permission from the Lord to help you, lead you, not only through your life in flesh, but after. But it only can help you if you ask, if you call on your angel to help you. They can't put themselves on you. You have to ask and you have to call on them. Have a great day. And thank you for always hearing my dreams and watching my videos. Take care. Bye-bye.